Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the Scarlet and Gray already rocking this house. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Huskers will kick it away to start us off. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the first swing of the game. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Howard. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Using his legs, it's Judkins. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. So Nebraska's offense will go to work for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
I think a lot of running backs kind of gravitate towards that sideline. They want to bounce. They want to get out wide. When a lot of times I think you want to just stick that foot in the ground at some point and just say, I get back to the line of scrimmage. I get 2 yards. Make it something positive instead of, stringing it out, stepping out of bounds, and it being a negative play like it was there.
The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best.
And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
What a fantastic play there from the linebacker position. You think about guys like Trev Alberts, Levante David, some of the Nebraska greats playing the linebacker spot. Those guys were able to run. And because of that, they could get to the quarterback when blitzing. This guy with his speed is a guy that they need to deploy time and time again getting after the quarterback. He's got some wheels.
To the air, it's Howard. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
It'll be a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Fires to the tight end.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
And the Huskers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Scott.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
They'll run it. It's Judkins. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Buckeyes will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Back to throw, it's Howard. He got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The handoff to Johnson. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Pulls and fired complete. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw for it. He wants to go deep. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. The 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
After that last completion, it's second down. To throw, it's Howard. Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. Leaves it with the running back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you, keep them off balance.
Throwing right. And the ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
They'll give it to Johnson. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Wants to throw. It's Raiola coming after it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Huskers will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about the special teams coming up with a huge play? A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. They're so quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
PAT unit on the field. Oh, they want the 2, and the holder tries to throw for it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The kickoff team is out there after that punt return for a touchdown. They'll try to pin him deep.
Nebraska, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Lloyd. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. The handoff to Johnson. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And that play had no chance. And you sell pass, and you want to sneak the draw in there. The idea is to get those defensive linemen, Palmer, running up the field. But it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shut that down quick.
Yeah, and so you're running the play. It's not going to be a great look defensively. As a quarterback, then, you've got to do a real good job of trying to sell pass. And I think he just hurried it a little bit too much. That play didn't look like it was going to have a chance anyways, but the quarterback, he's got to be a better actor on those draw plays.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And on first down, they set the... It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. That one will be incomplete, and as the saying goes, you do that on first down, and you probably just played yourself. And this is a weird move. They're sending out the field goal unit here. They fake it. They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's incomplete, and what a weird play and a weird thing to do with a fake on second down, but they've still got the football. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got their punt team on the field on third down. Right down the middle. What a snag by the defense. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And they'll take over first and 10.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Power football with the run. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? The Cornhuskers will line it up on first and 10. They'll give it to Johnson. He breaks a tackle. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Quickly complete. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Firing to the right, complete. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You can tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
That makes the score Ohio State 26, Nebraska 3.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
He's got it down the left. Running toward the tape. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. Scan. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Lloyd. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us on points?
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Running it to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to go in at halftime and potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Let's go!
Looking for a gap. It's Henderson. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Dropping back, it's Howard. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Fast motion from the offense. The handoff to Johnson. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2. The Huskers will punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Here's the handoff. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air, it's Howard. Showing the arm strength to the left. And the ball is intercepted. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Give to the running back. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Looking for space. It's Irvin. The Cornhuskers get enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Banks. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
The give to the tailback. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there?
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
Roll it, alert! Flip it!
The lone back's got it. Pickup of 1, it's down at the 11.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Receivers do this every day, all day. Throw it up. I will go get it. I will stay in bounds. Nice job knowing where he was at on the field to get that foot in bounds, to get the big touchdown for this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. Bangs it through for an extra point. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pulls it in. It's Tate.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Looking to pass. It's Howard. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that.
Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the...
A shot toward the end zone, and they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was, with that ball landing out of bounds.
The aerial assault continues. Going for it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in position, but also, how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Looking for the two-point try. To the air. It's Raiola. Pressure coming. He'll make his way in for the two, and now they're down by 16. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
That last completion sets him up on second down. The play action fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and this offense doing more of what they do. This is the #1 offense in the country in first downs. They find a way to continue to move the football, run, pass, so much balance. This offense is so good.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Howard. Finds his target down the middle. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll try the run. Fights off a defender. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They've been really good moving the chains on 3rd down. Now 1 yard away. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And he missed it. No good. And despite the missed field goal, the lead still at 16 points.
34, Nebraska, 18.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Tate.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Tackle is made after the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Dropping back, it's Howard. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'll try to add another to their lead. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Then perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And he grabs it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Boyd. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
He'll come out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Raiola. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game, you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
There's not many play calls on the shooting to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right?
Oh, the fake, and he wants to throw. It's incomplete, and the old fake him out with a fake on 1st down. Doesn't work. I'm not sure what kind of lined up for. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. And he grabs it. And he'll be brought down. And perhaps there's... And they fake. It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And the pass is caught. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Down up they fake it, the kicker's looking to pass. And now in the most bizarre of spots, here comes the field goal kicker. It's a fake. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. And on 2nd down, are they going to line up for a field goal here? It falls in. Oh, what a call. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And touchdown, Ohio State. And the punishment has been extended. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9. Well, the fake caught the defense by surprise, opened up a little passing lane for the score.
And I tell you what, a field goal block, what are we doing? We're sending everybody. You might want to keep a guy or two back deep just in case they do run the field goal. And when you bring the field goal block and you bring everybody and you're sending all your resources to get them and you're not covering, this can happen. I tell you what, guts to call the play, and it actually worked.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for the fake, and he wants to throw. And they're able to make the tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Lloyd. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
The incompletion on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. He'll just keep slinging it. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out of.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ball State is just getting blown off the field right now. I mean, like them or hate them, I think anyone would agree this is tough to watch. They're trailing by 31 to Northern Illinois. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Tate. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Back to pass, it's Howard. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Takes it from the gun on third down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, looking to pass. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Huskers will have it first and 10. He wants to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. This is a third and long.
29 Philly. 29 Philly.
To the air, it's Raiola. Going for it all. He's got it. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here comes the two-point try. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Jumped on top of the pile.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Trying to impose their will with the run. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're...
He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Couldn't make the play last time. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees call it.
To the air on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses that evolve so much, they can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.